Well, I think that's really great. I really appreciate you doing that because I didn't know if you were going to remember or not. And the fact that you showed up with those three things, I almost forgot that I gave them to you to have her sign. Oh, okay, we're back. I'm sorry. Welcome back to the last segment of this Sunshine Factory Outlet Show for January 2020. I'm sorry, I was in mid-conversation here with Marie Futchie because when she comes and does these shows, you have limited time here in town before you have to fly back to Boston. All right. I wanted to thank you. I gave Marie Futchie last time she was here a few things for her mom, Penny Futchie, from the Futchies to sign for me. And I really got a kick out of the fact that you remembered that. So right here on the Sunshine Factory channel, the new Sunshine Factory channel. And now that's a new development since you were here last. And so what kind of things are you guys going to be doing on the channel?
Yeah, it's got its own YouTube channel with its own videos and its whole own thing, not confused by anything else because
You'll be doing
it's getting bigger
more
and better.
Sunshine Factory artists and Futchie uploads and stuff?
Well, we're going to keep doing re-releases and compilations and this new Sunshine Factory radio show.
What's that all about?
So it's hosted by Freeze Audible Jr. and it's just going to kind of be like, well, if you came from the other channel, you know that there's other radio shows on there.
Right.
So we're actually going to have Sunshine Factory Radio with the band, some featured, some not, and just kind of talking about that.
And just play music?
Yeah.
Cool. That's great. We'll be looking forward to that. Okay. The Electric Prune bonus tracks.
So there's so many. So 1 through 14 is the album, of course. And then there's so many other bonus tracks, 15 through 24, that it's almost like it's a double album, or like the bonus tracks themselves could make up an album. Because the bonus track that was on the original upload, Making Time, it was from the movie Ride on the Sunset Strip, which the Futchies were in, along with a bunch of other bands, like the Zombies and Paul Revere and the Raiders.
Right, from the movie Ride on the Sunset Strip. I've seen that. And then My Father's Name Was Dad is a great song. That's album worthy. That should have been
Father's
on there.
Name Was Dad is a really, really good song. I like it. It was written by Scooter, which you don't see on the albums very much, but you know, it's solid and it's got Scooter on vocals.
Yeah. And not only are they good tracks, but there's so many of them that it could make up a whole album. Why do you think so many tracks were not used? Do you think it's because they had so much material? Or do you think it's because of, like, politics? Or, you know, at this point they were still being produced by Brian Ross. Do you think it's Brian Ross?
Yeah, it could have been Brian Ross, since he was, like, controlling a lot. And they clearly had a lot. And at this time, they don't have a lot going on to put that other stuff into. So it just ends up...
Right, because this is just before having the two
shows, yeah.
shows, right?
And if you listen to a lot of Sunshine Factory re-releases with these good bonus tracks, you see that this happens with Zach too. Like, he can write good stuff during certain periods, and it's just all in bonus tracks. And you're like, huh, well, that could have been on the album. Okay,
well, there's the first song, Rain Rider. We are going to play this one because I didn't upload this one yet. So it's Rain Rider.
Rain Rider, which was written by Todd Rundgren, who also wrote Open My Eyes, which got on the album.
Yeah, that made it on the album.
Yeah.
Okay, so he wrote this one too?
Yeah. And he's written a few songs for the Futchies, and it's unreleased, and it's a decent song.
Well, let's play it right now. Rain Rider.
Nothing
Okay, so what's next for bonus tracks?
Nobody, which is written by Brian Ross, and on vocals we have Scooter and Zach doing backup.
Oh, okay. Now, has this ever been heard before?
So different than a few of these other songs where it's like completely out of nowhere, this song can be found on Alive She Cried.
Their live album from '71.
Yeah, they did do a version of that. Of a version of Nobody.
But obviously we've never heard the studio version.
Yeah, so the studio version.
Tell me We're rolling. Take one.
7 plus 7 is track 1. We're rolling, Arthur. We've rolled back to the beginning of the reel. We're holding the last 4.
Man, if I do this, this is going to be the last time that I put everything into it. Put everything into it. Yeah, but then we mess it up and then I can't do it. All right, put everything into it.
Here we go, Arthur. 77. Who?
One, 2, 3, 4.
You want to hear that track up until the point where we have to tack it on? Yeah, we can add the ending on. That's no problem.
All right, some very cool stuff back there. Nobody, the studio version, which is previously only heard in a live version that was included on Alive She Cried several years later, 1971. And then some sort of backing track there, some sort of instrumental. That was 7 and 7 Is.
At the beginning of that was Arthur Lee from the band Love talking to them just like to how to set up the song and stuff and how he wanted the drums to be.
Now, why was he telling the Futchies how he wanted it to be?
Because he co-wrote that song,
Oh,
7
okay.
and 7 Is, which I like a lot.
Okay, cool. Yeah, and I had never heard a instrumental of it, so that was kind of like a neat behind the scenes.
And the voice you hear, so there's Arthur Lee talking, and then there's the Futchies talking a little bit, and then the voice from behind the booth is Brian Ross talking.
All right, that's cool. So now we've got a couple live tracks, and it says here that they're both from Live in Stockholm, 67.
So we have a live version of Have You Seen Her Face, which is the last song on the album originally, and this live version is from when they went to Sweden with the Birds.
Oh, okay. Was that their first tour?
Yeah, in 67.
Yeah, there's some banter, stage banter, I guess.
So at the beginning of that, there's more people talking. A theme, no.
Yeah.
You can hear Max go, "That's a quote from Paul McCartney."
Oh, he's talking like on stage before they start to play?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
He's just like yelling things out before they start.
Okay, let's play that right now.
I'd like to tell... Hello? Hello? I'd like to tell you all something. I don't know whether any of you have seen
probably a lot of you have, Life magazine this week. In it, there is a statement that affects our times, and it's going to cause a lot of trouble. I'd like to quote it to you roughly. I believe that if we gave LSD to all the statesmen and politicians in the world, we might have a chance at stopping war. That's a quote from Paul McCartney. I concur heartily. Your mother gets high and you don't know it.
And that second live track is from the same concert at Stockholm, and it's I Can't Seem to Make You Mine, which was studio recorded on the first album.
Try back, baby. 'Cause I need your love. Come back, darling. 'Cause I wanna love you. Girl, I wanna love you tonight. I can't seem to make you mine. Can't seem to make you mine. Can't seem to make you mine. Can't seem to make you mine.
Well, that sounds like a heck of a concert. The Stockholm show, or the entire tour, I guess, or the first tour that the Futchies ever had, which was with the Birds. Yeah, that sounds like a heck of a concert. Are we ever going to hear more from that show, or an entire album of that live
Well, it
show?
was a heck of a concert. There were some really other good songs in there. So, yeah, it's interesting, I think, down the line a little bit, but there's some other more prominent things I think that we should get to first. Yeah, not all of it, sadly, but a little bit of it.
Wow. Okay. Well, the next bonus track and the last bonus track for Electric Prune is a
Zach,
Zach
and Sang
song.
by Zach, which is just as good.
Yeah. What's the name of this one?
Sweet Young Thing.
Wait.
Yeah.
Is it a cover?
No.
I've heard that name before.
Yeah, it was on the Monkees Sunshine Factory edition that came out this month.
Well, yeah. No, I mean it's on all the Monkees releases
Yeah.
of the first album. There's a song called "Sweet Young Thing."
Yeah,
It's
but
not that song?
No, it's a different song, and it's spelled different. It's Thang instead of Thing. It's Thang.
It's "Sweet Young Thing."
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Hey, sweet young thing who lives a block away. The sweet sugar lips I like to kiss all day. I climb the stairs to the 13th floor. Hey, sweet young thing, come on and open your door. Come on, open your door. I said open your door. Yes, I said open your door. She's not there. Hey, I said she's not there. Well, I drive down the block, and my face hanging low. I hear the noise, the party's going on. I sneak to the window, I'm peeking through the blinds. Everybody's dancing, having a real good time. Yes, they're having a real good time. I said a real good time. Yes, a real good time. Just about shit. This is the guy. Just about me. Yes. Hey, sweet young thing, what you doing there? And who's that creep who's touching your hair? And as it holds you tight, I have to shut my eyes. Because sweet young thing, you've grown very wise. I said you've grown very wise. I said very wise. So wise, so wise. I said so. Yes, so very wise. So very, very wise. Yes. Gonna work around. Yes. I'm gonna split. Yes. Gonna blast you, baby. So very wise.
Well, that was cool. I like those kind of songs that he does. They're all kind of rockabilly and crazy, and have some sort of strange sound effect in them. And his voice is always doing something weird. Oh, that was really neat. I really appreciate you coming here and giving us the insight on those two albums, bonus tracks. What what can we expect from the Futchies albums and reissues on this new Sunshine Factory channel in the future? Where are you gonna are you gonna pick up where you left off on Freeze Audible, Metal Bunny, or?
I think we're gonna go in order, because
Yeah.
that's best. And so that channel and those albums being released on that channel stopped at Joy to the World.
Yeah.
So on here we're just gonna catch up and do re-releases and maybe like some bonus track things, and then once we catch up to that, we'll just continue with the regular albums, but we'll be able to focus more on this channel with like extra things corresponding to those albums in chronological order.
Oh, that's going to be awesome. I'm really looking forward to it. Well, I'm going to have you on the show when we don't have anything to talk about, because every time you come on, you give us so much great information about this stuff that we never have any time to just bullshit and talk about different
Just cool
experiences.
stuff. Yeah, experiences
Yeah.
and stuff. So will you come back on the show for that?
Yeah, that sounds fun.
Okay, thank you very much. That's Marie Futchie on the song.